Get ready with me, Anxiety Hacks Edition. This sounds totally obvious, but watch your caffeine intake. When you have too much caffeine, it can actually make you more anxious. That includes caffeine in coffee, energy drinks, caffeine in matcha as well. Sometimes anxiety comes from inactivity, which means that you just need to move your body and you'll instantly feel better. You can do this by doing a simple stretch, for example, downward dog into cobra, and then back up into a plank position. Other ways include doing star jumps and going for a short walk. Anxiety can be caused by having low blood sugar, so make sure that you're eating enough and regularly throughout the day. When trying to raise your blood sugar levels, you want to go for a snack like an apple rather than sweets. This will ensure that your blood sugar isn't spiked dramatically, which could lead to a crash later on. In some circumstances, it can help to hold your breath for 5 seconds and then release. What this will do is it will help regulate your nervous system and reduce the feeling of anxiety. Another thing that can help anxiety is having something such as a bracelet or a ring that you can fiddle with and play with, something that is constant that you can always have on you. This familiarity will help calm you down. Some anxiety stems from racing thoughts. If this is the case, it can really help to write down your thoughts. This stops them from swirling around inside your brain. This can be on your notes app in your phone, journaling in a notebook, or even on a scrap piece of paper like a receipt. It can help to have a specific playlist to play when you're anxious. This could be rain sounds or classical music or even rock and roll, depends what you're into. People with anxiety tend to catastrophize. It's good to remind yourself that things aren't always as big as they seem in your head, and that usually things always work out. I remember years ago at a church service, the pastor said, "Worry is like putting a down payment on a house you might never own." That is to say that the majority of the time you're worrying about something that's not even going to happen. And it really helps to remember this. Anxiety is a very real thing and many people can struggle with it without actually being diagnosed. Almost everyone will struggle with anxiety at some point in their life. It isn't something to be ashamed of, and like a wave, it comes and goes, which means that some days you might have really anxious days, other days you might not. So it's helpful to remember on anxious days that it does get better. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment and subscribe if you like this sort of content, and I shall see you next week.